This is the People's Court. In the People's Court, you're not required to have an attorney. In this court, you can have your voice heard and have judgment rendered following proper procedure. The court has received some documents from the plaintiff, namely a copy of the notice to vacate and a copy of the lease. And Ms. Parades, I will take note that you attempted to send some pictures or something,
Yes,
but
sir.
they couldn't be added. So I hope you'll be able to be share those if that's part of your defense.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Now let me go to the petition that brings us to court. Ms. Parades, you have a copy of this petition that was attached to the paperwork that told you how to be here today. So if you want to follow along, you're welcome to do that.
Yes, sir.
This petition was filed in this court on October the 3rd, 2025. Plaintiff Araya Investments at the Cove in Waco, LLC, and the defendant is Brianna Parades. The property is located at 2425 South 21st Street, apartment 341, Waco, Texas, 76706, which is in JP Precinct 1 of McLennan County. The grounds for this eviction is for unpaid rent, which we'll get to in just a second. Next thing the court looks at is the notice to vacate, which shows to have been delivered on September the 9th, 2025, and shows to have been posted to the inside of the apartment door, which is proper. Now, I would like to go to the lease. This lease is in the name of Brianna Parades and Araya Investments at the Cove. Address of the property is the same as on the petition. The terms of this lease is from August 22nd, 2025 till August 22nd, 2026. So this lease is in effect. Agreed upon rent shows to be $950 per month, due and payable on the first day of the month, and considered delinquent on the third day of the month, at which time late fees are incurred. And I go to the signature page of the lease, and there are two electronic signatures, which means you did something, Ms. Parades, on the computer that fix your signature to the lease. Do you remember doing that?
Yes, sir.
And by doing so, you accepted the terms of the lease. And that is basically why we are here today. All right, Ms. Carter, of the $950 per month, how much does Ms. Parades pay monthly?
950.
$950. She gets no rental assistance. Now, beginning with any partial months, what months are now due?
Full month for October and September.
I have $1,900.
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have anything else?
No, sir.
All right, Ms. Parades, you've heard everything that's been presented. This is basically a non-payment of rent. That's what we're here for today. There is a lease. You sign the lease, agreeing to the payments, and then there is the delinquency. Do you have any questions of Ms. Carter of anything that she presented to court so far?
No, sir.
Okay, so now would be your opportunity. Do you have anything to say in your defense?
Yes, sir. Okay, so rent is due. I paid 800. I think no 700. I think 89 on the 22nd, and then I received on the first. I received a paper on the first, so it confused me as I did, and I was at work. So as I came home, I received abandonment a paper. So I'm like, I was confused. So as soon as I got off, I asked my partner if she could go to the apartment because she's usually with me because I have no car right now. And I asked her if she could go to the office. She came back and she told me that they said if they could like move into I think the 15th or the 25th. I don't remember. But as I'll go ask the manager, I think her name was Kenya. She had told me that don't worry about it.
About what?
The paper. She told me don't worry about the paper.
You talk about the notice to vacate?
Yes, sir. So I was confused already after that, and as time goes, I was still confused, and I asked, well, why am I paying another 1,000 if I just paid y'all 800 2 weeks ago, and it took me a week to move like in the apartment because it still wasn't ready. I have like all I could show you. I have all where I had to put my light on, my spec, my all my like utilities.
Okay, I won't need to see it. I'm taking your testimony. Go ahead.
And afterwards, like as I go, I'm like, okay, well, I just spent 1,800 on one the rent and then as well all my utilities. So as that comes, 2 weeks come again, I get another vacant letter, and it's talking about that that I have. It's this one right here talking about that I owe 1,069 already. And I'm like confused. I'm like, okay, just paid 1,800 just to move in and get on my utilities, and it's only been a couple weeks. I said not even like a full week, like barely a week that I move in, and I already got a letter. So as I go, I understand where paying rent is on the first. It's not like my first apartment that I have had. So once that had happened, I was confused, and then I've been having problems with um like last month, the Monday before this, I have a screenshot where I had to call the police due to a random tow truck trying to pick up the car. I had to call um Jinko to ask to see if they uh were requested to pick up the car, and they said no. I called the police, and it's crazy because I had to sit there and ask the tow truck as I walked outside, and the tow truck just like left. They ran me off the road and left. So I called the police. I was like, hey, an unusual tow truck came and tried to pick up the car. I was know why. He was like, I made a police report as well, and I have the call and the screenshot. And
Okay, stop you there for just a second.
yes, sir.
Okay, because what you're referring to, what I've heard so far, is a tow hearing. You can request a tow hearing if there's an illegal tow, but I guess it hadn't been towed yet. But again, this information is
It's
irrelevant.
rent.
Pardon me?
It's for the rent. Excuse me. Sorry for
Yeah,
the
that's what we're here to talk about is
yes,
the
sir.
rent, and that's all I need to hear at this time. Go ahead.
Yeah. So okay. Well, due to all that, was still my rent is supposed to be paid. So what confused me was I already got a vacant letter, and then I have received the McLean County where the constable was, but I wasn't home, and I had told Casey or Kenya because in the messages it'll show who sent it or who didn't uh was send the message, and I had told them that I was in traffic, which I have the rent, but I'm just confused because like when I had moved in, I just paid 800 and 1,800 with all my utility and stuff. Then a week later, I have to pay another 1,000. Like, I have to pay another 1,000 for rent, and I'm confused. Like I was confused. So when I asked them, they told me hold off. So as time goes on, the 15 comes, I still have the rent, but I'm just like, well, like what's going on here? Like they're like, oh, it's to move in. I said I paid 800 to move in, like for almost a week, 2 weeks, like a week and a half. I was like, I've been moving in for the past week, and my stuff is still like in boxes and stuff. So as I'm still going, like till this day, my stuff is still in boxes because the apartment they already gave me vacant. Like I said before, it's not my first apartment complex. So like I'm just confused on everything. And I have October's rent. I was just confused because I got a vacant already and it's the first of the month. And I was just like, well, an eviction letter.
Okay.
No.
Okay, Miss Carter, can you address her?
Yes, so you moved in the month of August. You owe for September and October. How much you paid us versus how much you paid altogether with your utilities, like your electricity has nothing to do with us. What you paid us was $787 to move in. That still left you with a balance of $1340 owed because of your renter's insurance. So on top of that, you have your late fees for both months for September and October, as well as your utilities because water's allocated with us, and then your full month rent. So the documents are also provided to the judge of your ledger. So he would be able to see that the only payment that we've received from you is $787 when you first moved in. So, I mean, I'm not too sure. So you got the notice to vacate on, let me go look, on the 9th of September. And then the other notice that you're talking about is notice of abandonment because we had not received payment. So that was for you to reach out to us saying, hey, yes, I'm still in the apartment. I'm going to pay this day. So rent's due by the 3rd without a late fee. If you need assistance, in which we don't have to do, we accept payment split for the 9th and 15th. But past the 15th, we don't accept payment after that. So now you owe 2 months. And that's why eviction has been filed.
Okay, Ms. Parades, you could have gone to the office and got this straightened out, I think.
Your
You could
Honor,
have seen everything. They could have shown you what was paid and what wasn't paid. Did you ever try to do that?
Your Honor, I was working 12-hour shifts, so
Okay,
like
I mean,
I
you have to
understand by the
work.
time I get off, it'll be 6 o'clock, and I really didn't have time to go tell them, so I would try to text them. They had a different number on file, which had confused me. So when I had went, I told them put the right number, and when I had downloaded the portal, it said I owed 2,000 on it, and which confused me because on another portal it says I owe 1,700.
So you only have one portal for our apartment complex. If you're looking at the water, that's a third-party company. That's nothing to do with us. Your portal is your resident portal. So what you owe in full and total with your utilities and rent is $2,048 even. So I do know that you came in and talked to Kina. You didn't talk to me. And you said you told her that you were going to bring in payment that Friday, and you never did.
Yeah,
So
because
the only payment that we have received from you is to move in.
yeah,
We can't just allow rent to go unpaid, you know?
yeah, and I understand.
It's not personal, it's business.
Yeah, like y'all run a business here, and I understand that it's all. It was just I was confused on my end, which I do have the rent. It's just I'm confused because, like, I already had got a vacant letter, like eviction letter on the 1st. It was on my door, but it says on the paper on the 9th, and I didn't get it on the 9th because I have a screenshot where I had told my to see if she could call y'all
So
while I was at work.
you're speaking about the notice of an abandonment. The notice
No,
to
it's
vacate goes on the 9th because the system generates it and it goes automatically into your documents, and then we go out on the property on the same day just because you get it in your email. And so when you get it in your email,
it says notice to vacate for non-payment of rent, and that's
right,
it says
that
on
one
the 9th.
goes on the 9th. Right. But the notice to the notice of abandonment, you got that sooner.
No, I got that on the 23rd.
So that's not the notice. Is that the notice of abandonment?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the notice of abandonment on the 23rd.
I don't know what you're talking about, what you received on the 1st, because when we generate the notices, it's the system that's generating it. So it automatically puts it in your document.
Because I had
so when we go out,
to the
we go out on
office, I
property
spoke
as
to
All
a
right,
lady.
okay, ladies, so now we're in circles, okay? And the bottom line, we're here because there's rent due, okay? And Ms. Party, do you have anything else to add? Because I haven't heard anything that I understand you and comes before this, and sorry, but where you live should come before you work, but that's business, okay?
And I understand.
Okay.
I mean, I could pay rent. Don't get me wrong. I could pay
Okay.
rent. And, you know, to understand the lease that I signed. And as of doing all this, like going to court and stuff for me where I'm living, don't get me wrong. It feels like if it was just like kind of awkward, like just throw off. So
Well,
as of all
Ms.
this,
Paradis, when they try to communicate with you and they get nothing in response, then they
I
go
have
to the
messages
eviction.
where I would sit there and text them that I would pay rent, but as of all of it, it was still 2 weeks prior in me moving in, so I was still confused, and I was at work. So by the time I got off, I didn't have my car at that time. My car is getting fixed still.
Okay.
And I'm
all the
still in the
dates that you've given us
process.
that you were going to pay rent, you never showed up. No money order was in the Dropbox. You never came in and brought us a money order. You never paid online.
I'm not gonna lie, the Dropbox, the last time I put in the Dropbox, not here, but previous past then, somebody had took it. So me trusting the Dropbox, it's like,
Get it, but your rent is your priority to pay.
and so like as I'm sitting there and I'll go, like by the time I go, y'all be closed. And I'll be like, man, like they're gonna think I'm lying. And which I'm not lying because I do have rent, but it's just like since I work 12, I get off at 6:30. And there's times where I work in Arena. So I work at the lettuce plant. And I go in at 5:14 and I get off at 6:30. So I'll come in and I'm in traffic, like real traffic, real late. And even if I get off early, I'm still in traffic. So I don't even have time to pick up my ex like step kids because I'm just like, well, I can't even pick them up because I'm working.
Okay.
I
All right.
understand, but due to rent not being paid, unfortunately, we're following through with the eviction.
And what they had the right to do. Okay. All right. Do you have anything else, Ms. Parades?
No, sir. I'm just saying, like, as I've been here, like,
Okay.
I still have, like, it was just a leakage, like, 2 weeks ago, and I still have to pay on my end of living here, and which I do understand it's my end. I do understand everything here is my end, and rent is still me, but I have to pay utilities of living here, which
Okay.
I do, like I said prior, I do have the rent today. I do have it.
Okay.
But we're gonna go ahead and proceed this. I just need time since I am already like I have time, but I just need at least time to sit there and get everything situated. Since
That's
I
gonna
already
be
still
between
have.
you and management, okay? And
Yes, sir.
I'm go ahead and pass judgment based on what I've heard, and then we can talk about it from there, okay? Do you have anything else, Ms. Pardees?
No, sir.
Okay, Ms. Carter, do you have anything else?
No, sir.
All right, then, having heard the evidence, the court finds for the plaintiff for possession of the property and for the back rent of $1,900. Now, Ms. Parades, I want you to understand that's only rent. Your lease does call for late fees or late payments that the court does not address. However, you did sign the lease, so that's between you and management.
Yes, sir. And
The
I do
court-
have the rent
Okay,
I
just a
do
second,
have the
let me
rent for that.
finish. The court will also award the plaintiff the court cost in the amount of $144. That means they paid it. Now you have to pay it because the judgment is against you. This is the judgment of the court. The judgments will go out in the mail today. You should get them tomorrow or the next day in the mail. And I want you to understand, Ms. Parades, you always retain a right to an appeal if you think an appeal is necessary. But it is a timely appeal. If you do wish to appeal the judgment of this court, you must do so by Tuesday, October 28th. Okay? To appeal, you have to post a cash bond for twice the amount of the judgment, which is $3,800. And you must pay 1 month's rent into the registry of the court, and then it will be appealed to the next court, which is the county court. Okay?
Yes, sir.
These judgments, like I say, you get them in the mail. All right. Now, what this means is this between you and management, and that's what it's always been between you and management. But you must take the time to try to get it straightened out. If there's any way to get worked out, it's between you and management.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Okay. We are. Thank you. And we do have another case, Ms. Paradis. So go ahead and you can go ahead and leave at this time. Okay.
Okay, yes, sir.
All right, have a blessed day.
You
Bye.
as well.
I let that go too long. All right, let's talk.
Quick question. When did you
Yeah.
say writ could be? What date?
Writ,
The writ.
she has till the 28th to appeal, October 28th, and you can get the writ on the 29th.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we'll go to this next one here in just a second. And I'm going to admit Miss Bryant, and then I'm going to take a little short recess, okay?
Okay,
Miss
yes,
Bryant,
sir.
are you there? Miss
Yes,
Bryant?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I'm
I'm
so
here.
sorry for the delay. It got a little lengthy, but we're going to start in just a minute. I'm going to take a short recess. With us now is Miss Casey Carter. If y'all want to talk back and forth, you can. But let me take a short recess, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, and then we'll have the hearing.
Okay.
Good morning, Justine.
Casey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm here, Mama. I'm here. Good morning, but
Do
it's
what?
gonna get better. I said I had a rough morning, but it's gonna get better.
I know. I'm sorry.
What about you? Just
It
work?
doesn't feel like a Wednesday. It feels like a Friday. This week's been gone long.
Yeah. It's been speeding. We almost through with October, so
Do what?
I said the week's been speeding up, but we're almost through with October, so
Yeah, I know. It's finally starting to get cold in the morning.
yeah. Well, it should have been doing that.
I know.
I ain't gonna get political. You know how I go deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still make you laugh.
I know, Justine. I know this sucks, but you know, it's just business, you know.
I know. What can
I know.
I can't look because I don't have my car anymore.
Mm.
So
What happened to your car?
I've been trying to catch up on rent, so I can't afford both of them.
Oh, you were paying on your car?
Yeah, I got that car around the time I lost Leilani.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that drove into apartment 101? Is that that hit when you transferred? You remember you used to live in 101?
Yeah.
Is that the car that hit the apartment?
That's not the Armada. This is the Ultima. Yeah, I had
You see,
and
I
I got
wasn't
that
here when that
around.
happened, so
Yeah. Yeah. Now this one I lost the baby back in 2023. So yeah, I was in the back apartment 162 around that time. And with me working at Amazon, I was able to keep it up. But once I lost it, I had high blood pressure.
yeah.
So working at Amazon, I'd be in different departments at the warehouse, and my blood pressure would be like real bad. So if I bend down and come back up, I'm dizzy.
Have
So yeah, I was
you been taking like the transit to get to work or what?
no, because I'm only on like a monthly income. I'm trying to afford the lights here and as well as feed the kids because I don't have food stamps or anything like that because I wasn't able to go to Texas Workforce Center or anything like that or work a job. So when I was going to work, I was doing little odd jobs for Shift Smart. That's how I was able to make the rent from May all the way to August.
So you're not
August,
go to work at all.
No,
Oh.
no, because I'm on income and that's my daughter's Social Security.
Well, what about is your helping you or no?
We're not together.
Okay.
When we broke up, the help stopped. So
Yeah.
it was just from May all the way to August on my own.
Right. Yeah. We got a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah.
You'll get it. Yeah.
I mean, I tried. So what can I do?
No. I tried you until the 30th before I had to file, but
Yeah, but the way it go, I wouldn't be able to make it. I'm gonna make up $2,589.09 plus the current rent that's coming in November.
Yeah.
I don't see me.
We're all struggling out here. All of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the income of $759, and then I was receiving food stamps for June, July, August.
Mm-hmm.
September, I received it on the 16th, and then I didn't anymore because I didn't make that to be at Texas Workforce, and the little odd job I was doing was called Shift Smart, wasn't classified as a job because it was just me picking up shifts here and there. It wasn't a steady income. So,
I don't know all the requirements. Do they require you to have a job in order to get food stamps?
Yeah. And then EOAC,
well, what
they
if
didn't have
you I think you could qualify because I know somebody and they were getting like 800 or 900
but I had an income.
identify as like
they
homeless, they were getting like 800-900 for that. That's pretty good.
Well, what I'm gonna do about rent? That's what I'm saying. I can't. I mean,
yeah.
What am I supposed to do about rent? That's only good to help the kids with the food, but like with me going to like different as far as like Caritas, Salvation Army, EOAC,
none of them are providing any assistance.
Nobody had with everybody needing help. Run out with. I mean, it's not what I know right now. They're looking at a light bill. Like my light bill right now is $498.67.
Goodness.
I'm trying to see how did it double when I barely was here. Like one job that I went to, I actually went to Dallas to try to do the Dallas Fair, and the car got took from me up there to where I didn't even have the means of getting back home. So I had to reach out and try to borrow here and there so I can get back home. That's why you haven't been seeing me in the car. You've been seeing me walk my son to school.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I don't know where you're
The fair
planning
folks
on
there, they pay me.
going. I don't know where you're planning on going, but I think that, and I don't know what the requirements are, but Housing Authority has been having people pay their deposit and application fee.
Right. So I put it at waiting list because I think the waiting list was open. But yeah,
Oh, there's a
I
wait
have.
list for Housing Authority.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you could also reach out to a church. I think it's called St.
Yeah,
Jude's.
I've been doing that. I got it from the food stamp office a while back
Yeah.
when this first happened. Even American Resource Center, like online and everything.
Have you tried Carrot Toss?
Yes, they didn't have funds. I tried Caritas, I tried EOAC, I tried Church at Open Doors, I tried this it was one other church that this lady told me about. They helped me with my lights because no other company helps with Just Energy. It's only TXU or
Oh.
Reliant or something like that. But
Yeah.
I have Just Energy. So yeah, I had one disconnection on the 9th, and then I turned around and had another one on the 10th because I haven't had the income to, even pay
Yeah.
that and get the kids something to eat. They've been going on my mama's.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest.
Definitely keep trying. So wherever you go, next, maybe they can help you with your move-in charges and kind of get you back up on your feet.
Okay, ladies, I am sorry, but we are back in order now. I
Alrighty.
apologize. All right, plaintiff is Araya Investments, the Cove in Waco LLC. Defendant is Miss Justine Bryant. Both parties are present today. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
You waived your right to a jury trial by not requesting one, which brings us to a bench trial or trial by judge. Neither side is represented an attorney. However, this is the People's Court. In the People's Court, you're not required to have an attorney. In this court, you can have your voice heard and have judgment rendered following proper procedure. So the first order of business is to swear in the witnesses. So I'm going to ask you both to simply raise your right hand so I can administer the oath to you. Do you, both of you, solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give in this cause to be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Affirmative from both. Now, I'll take judicial notice that I have received some documents from the plaintiff, namely a copy of the notice to vacate, a copy of the lease, and a copy of schedule of fees due. Okay. I want to go now to the petition that brings us to court today. Now, Ms. Bryant, you have a copy of this petition that was attached to the paperwork that told you how to be here today. So if you want to read along with me, you're welcome to do that, but it's at the back part. This petition was filed in this court on October the 3rd, 2025. Plaintiff, Araya Investments at the Cove in Waco, LLC. Defendant, Justine Bryant. The property located at 2425 South 21st Street, apartment 162, Waco, Texas, 76706, which is in JP Precinct 1 of McLennan County. The grounds for eviction is for unpaid rent, which we'll get to in just a second. A notice to vacate shows to have been delivered on September the 9th, 2025, and shows to have been posted to the inside of the apartment door, which is proper. I would like to now go to the lease. This lease is in the name of Justine Bryant and Araya Investments at the Cove. The property address is the same as on the petition. The terms of this lease is from June 17th, 2025 till June 16th, 2026. So this lease is in effect. Agreed upon rent shows to be $1,250 per month, due and payable on the first day of the month, and considered delinquent on the third day of the month, at which time late fees are incurred. And I go to the signature page of the lease, and there are two electronic signatures, and one of them being yours, Ms. Bryant, which means that you had to do something on a computer to affix your signature to that lease. Do you remember doing that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and by doing so, you, in the old days, we just have you sign the lease. I get you to verify your signature, but when you did that on the computer, it's the same as signing, and you agreed to the terms of the lease, and that's why we are here today. So now,
Yes, sir.
Ms. Carter, of the $1,250 per month, how much does the defendant pay monthly? Ms. Carter?
Give me 1 second. I'm pulling up her lease.
Oh, okay.
So she owes $1,250 monthly base rent.
Okay, does she get rental assistance? Is it all?
No, is it all?
Okay. Now, beginning with any partial months are now due.
So she owes partial $89.09 for August and $1,250 for both September and October.
Okay, so by my calculations, the total is $2,589.09.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, you have anything else at this time?
No, sir.
All right, Ms. Bryant, you've heard everything that's been presented. It's basically a non-payment of rent, and there is a lease. And do you have any questions of Ms. Carter of anything that was presented to court so far?
No, sir.
Okay, so now would be your opportunity. Do you have anything to say in your defense?
I was just basically going over with Ms. Carter that the situation that's been going on. I've recently lost a child, which caused me to have high blood pressure. Due to I work in a warehouse, me bending down and coming back up was causing a lot of dizziness to where I was on LOA. Because I could not extend my LOA, I was forced to resign because of medical conditions. That happened back in May 2025 this year. Even still with me not working, I was on a base income of $759, and I tried to make on rent from May all the way to the end. You see where I was struggling just to even pay the $89.90 or $89.09 current, because I was no longer with a car due to I was trying to catch up so much with the rent and keep up on the rent until I kind of like struggled at the end, no longer was employed. And because I was on a set base income, I've had like $453.52 that I was paying for a car note that I couldn't make current, so I lost that. Light bill was almost $489. I'm probably going to be facing another disconnection on that. So, and I don't receive food stamps, Medicaid, or anything like that. So I'm just trying to survive off of the $759 that I have. I've also touched bases with Ms. Carter and let her know that I've been trying to reach out with different resources and facilities. A lot of places, because a lot of people need help, they do not have the resources. One company did not, that they did not provide help with as far as utilities is just energy. So I'm basically just trying to maintain with what I have, and that's just my case. Sorry.
Okay. All right, Ms. Bryant, first of all, I am so sorry for the loss of your child. And God bless you for that and what you're going through. I want you to understand that this suit, this is not anything personal against you. This is a business suit is what this is about. You do have an agreement. You understand that you pay rent to the company, and the company, they have bills that they have to pay as well. But anyway, but because you signed the lease, you agreed to it. That's what we're here for today. And there are different entities. It sounds like you've been looking for some, but there are churches and different organizations that try to help people as much as they can, but you must seek them out. But
Yes,
anyway,
I did that.
yes. Okay.
I reached out even online with like American Resources and relief benefits and stimulants benefits and even healthcare markets and things of that nature. Just, I haven't ended up with anything. So.
Yeah. Well, again, I'm so sorry. I know that yours is the only. I know there are several needs out there, but again, that goes back to the company that owns this property is just they're not getting rent, and they have to get the rent. They have every right to do that, and that's why we're here today. All right.
Okay.
Do you have anything else?
No, sir.
All right. Ms. Carter, do you have anything else?
No, sir.
All right, then, having heard the evidence, the court finds for the plaintiff for possession of the property and for the back rent of $2,589.09. Now, Ms. Bryant, I want you to understand that this judgment only pertains to rent. When you sign the lease, and it has a clause in there for late fees or late payments. The court does not address those late fees or late payments. However, you did sign the lease. You are in agreement with them, so that's going to be between you and them. The court will also award the plaintiff the court costs. That's the amount of money they had to spend to bring this case to trial in the amount of $144. That's a standard issue. This is the judgment of the court. The judgments will go out in the mail today. You should get them in your mailbox tomorrow or the next day. Ms. Bryant, I want you to understand that this is the judgment of this court and that you always retain a right to an appeal if you think an appeal is proper or necessary. However, it is a timely appeal. If you do wish to appeal the judgment of this court, you must do so by Tuesday, October the 28th. If there's no appeal, there's no payment, there's no movement, then Ms. Carter on Wednesday, October 29th, you can proceed with the writ of possession, which is the next phase of an eviction. Okay? Ms. Bryant, I wish you well. Hope everything for you. Did you have something else to say?
Oh, yes, sir. I was asking that, did I have to October 29th?
Basically the 28th.
Okay.
But just get with Miss Carter. She'll help you out as she can.
Okay.
All right. And we are adjourned. Thank you both. And you both have a blessed day. Good luck to you, Miss Bryant.
Cases like this remind us that eviction court isn't just about numbers on a ledger, it's about real people facing real consequences. Judges have to follow the lees and the law, even when the situation is heartbreaking. If you want to, keep following real courtroom stories and how these cases actually unfold. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what happens next.